Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. Today in the mission calendar, though we don't celebrate, but some centers do celebrate. It is called Jagadhatri Puja, the worship of Durga in a form of one who is holding on to this universe. And it's one of the Vedic pujas, just like Durga Puja. So today is that day. So in India, very auspicious, especially Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi, when she was in Jairambati, she performed this puja. So today, in her birthplace, maybe 25,000-30,000 people will come and big celebration, Mother's Puja. So, we are discussing Karma Yoga. As we know, among the 4 yogas, or rather among the attitudes of human mind, we are emotional, we are active, we are psychological, we are intellectual. The most common trait, which is common in everyone, irrespective of you are a emotional person or not, you are a devotee or not, or you are intellectual or not, even you are spiritual or not. One thing which is common is karma. Every human being, or rather every living being, especially every being who moves, even plants also are living beings, but we don't see them doing action. What we consider action, we don't see, though they also suck water from the earth and photosynthesis and create food for them, leave the oxygen, take the carbon dioxide, all things they also do. But there is no aham, there is no doership. There are many scientific words are there that you must have this part of brain in you to understand pain. So even if you cut the tree doesn't get pain. But that is our way of telling. We do not know whether plants and trees, they get pain or not. But that is science, objective science. Objective science problem is that the subject is missing there. Subject means one who is experimenting, one who is seeing. Anyway, we don't go into this. So idea is this, that karma, action, everyone have to perform. Let us keep it limited to human being. Every human being, irrespective of their traits, irrespective of their nature, irrespective of their choices of being spiritual or not, every one of them have to do karma. Without karma, nobody can survive. 2 places Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtati akarmakrit. No one can live even without karma, even for a moment. Sharira yatra bhichate na prasiddhyat akarmani. Even your body cannot last if you don't do work. So for your survival, for your sustenance, for your life itself, karma and life are intertwined, joined with each other. If this is not there, other thing is not there. If you don't do karma, you can't survive. And what the proof of your living? How to know that you are? So heart is beating. Karma is going on. He speaks, he looks. I went to see one patient 1 or 2 years before. In ICU, no sense of anything. So the gentleman told that, no, she doesn't see anything, she doesn't hear anything, she just like a vegetable sees. Her eyes are open, but she is not able to see. I said, how do you say it? Or doctors say. I said, okay. So I stood there. A person is lying down, no response at all. So you can say, you pray, you go. I thought, no, let me see if she responds or not. So I did like this in front of her eyes. And I did like this. And I put my hand like this and she turned the head. So I told her, she hears you, she sees you. I do not know, doctors have their own observation, I have no contradiction. And look, you come again. Again I did like this and she turned the head. And then whatever I felt, I told her. I told, she is in ICU, doctor says no hope. I felt she will go home. She is still alive. I do not know. I have no role to play. It was my observation. Some, just like as I told, no, tree doesn't get pain when you cut the branch. Who told? Any tree told you? Your logic, your science says that trees don't suffer. Trees may suffer. Look in our tradition. Other day I told to one gentleman, Swamiji, can I take some bilva leaves? I said, already late. Pluck in the morning, not after the dusk. Secondly, Sri Ramakrishna says, when you pluck the leaves or flowers or fruits or whatever from the tree, see that you just take it, you just cut it. Don't pull and a big thread will come out from the tree as if you are tearing off the skin. You should not do that. Just take out. These are in our tradition. In village side, people pluck the fruits, coconut or whatever fruits. After collecting all the fruits, they will look at the tree once. Thank you for giving us the fruits. It's a living being. The tree doesn't communicate as you communicate. That's true. That's true. They don't have mouth to say. They don't have eyes to see as we see. Maybe they have something which we don't have. Once it is a living being, how much sensitivity is there? Science can say in one way, you can say in another way. Now there is a therapy. People are told to go to the gardens and hug the tree. Many people will go and hug the tree. You say, what is the big deal about it? When science does the experiment, we accept it. They kept two plants of the same type. Same person goes to one plant and talks and says, you are so good. Thank you for being in my house. Next plant, next to it, same person, you are good for nothing. You are a burden to my house. Went on telling this to the same way. The other plant whom he was cursing died. And the plant whom he was appreciating became healthy. These are experiments done. I'm not telling they're living being like cats and dogs, they hear and not emotion, not point of view. But the vibrations, positive and negative, if it affects you and me, it affects every living being. Maybe its reaction may not be the same as we have. So, without action, without karma, our life is not possible. We must do karma. You cannot sit down. You have to be active. When you have to be active, why can't you be active? Where your action is beneficial to someone. That's called seva. So here, one concept comes. Sri Krishna says, Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya. Give up, give away, depend on me and do karma. Now Krishna is a person, from devotion point of view, interpretation could be of one type. But Sri Krishna is yourself within. Considering yourself that you do karma. So every shloka of Bhagavad Gita, you can understand it from devotion point of view, you can understand it from jnana point of view, knowledge point of view. When we say knowledge point of view, where God is your consciousness, God is yourself as capital. And in bhakti, you love God and God is other than you. God is like your father, God is like your friend, God is like your mother, whichever relation you have with God. But God is somebody else than you. That is Bhakti Yoga. But in our literature, there is called Shanta Bhava. 6 types of bhavas are there. Shanta Bhava, Vatsalya Bhava, Dasya Bhava, Sakhya Bhava, and Madhura Bhava. 5. Shanta Bhava is this, the attitude that God is myself, God is my innermost me, Atman, self. What I am is in true sense is God. Varieties of ways saints realize the same truth. Truth is not two, the way of telling is different. If Jesus says that kingdom of heaven is within you, in which way? Consciousness. That also again a Vedantin or a Hindu understands that. We have a small book published called Sermon on the Mounts According to Vedanta. Swami Prabhavananda and Christopher Isherwood, they wrote that book many years before. That's how we perceive. What is within you? God resides in your heart. God is Antaryami. He sits in your heart. Where I do my chest x-ray, God's photo doesn't come. How God is there in my heart? As consciousness, which is always you. I am wearing this shirt. I may have attachment with this shirt. Any kind of attachment I have. This is my shirt. I don't give it to anybody. I don't want anybody to touch. Everything is okay. Do in my wildest dream. Do I say, I am the shirt? No. I and the things belong to me are eternally separate. I is a subject. Rest everything is object. So I move my hand. I feel pain in my body. We are not able to objectify our body, that me and my body are separate. There is a very interesting Sanskrit word in our scriptures. These are very key words. It's called Chit Jada Granthi. Somehow there is a knot of consciousness and that which is gross. Body is gross. Body is gross. Consciousness is not gross. Somehow we have mixed it up. And we not only feel, we are confident that I am the body. And we feel pain and pleasure of the body. But body is my object of perception. I see my body. I treat my body as I want. I am very fat, I reduced my food. I made my body slim. You can make yourself slim. That which is an object, you can make it small or big. to perceive that who I am, who am I, that I who cannot be objectified, me, which remains constant. Considering that as God, it's called Jnana Marga or path of knowledge. These concepts are basic concepts, need to be understood. Otherwise, you cannot understand the philosophy. We don't need to go into complicated expressions of philosophy. Sometimes becomes too much. Simple fact, which great people like Sri Ramakrishna and others taught. Sri Ramakrishna had a disciple, Swami Turiyanandaji. He used to read Vedanta books. Sri Ramakrishna one day told, you are reading Vedanta, very good. What is there in your Vedanta? Only this much, Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. The word is unreal. Which word is unreal? That which is an object is temporary. It doesn't have permanency. And Brahma Satya, the subject never dies. Subject doesn't have birth. Subject doesn't have death. To get this separate, to understand this separation of subject and object is called Jnana Yoga. So, here he says, Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya. You renounce everything for me. Many meanings could be there. Want to realize God? You must give away all that is of this world. Means, all with that you are attached. Attachment could be of two types. Attachment and hatred. Both are attachment. Hatred is a negative attachment. Ravana had a negative attachment to Rama, continuously thinking about Rama, because he is my enemy. And he got liberated. Whether you take your medicine happily or you take medicine with anger, I don't like to see it. Let me finish faster so that I don't need to think about it. It will affect the same way. Hatred is a positive, negative attachment, where you invest your mind, where you invest your energy. So great people, how much great you are, you evaluate yourself. The less and less attachment and hatred you have, that much you are progressing spiritually. Very, very simple. You don't need to read philosophy for that. Our attachment and hatred takes away the energy of our mind. Doesn't allow us to do what we want to do. Fear. Fear of what? So many types of fear we have. Fear of life. I may die. People cry. One devotee, she told Maharaj, my father continuously cried. I don't know whether he is still alive or many years before. He always cried. Why? No, I don't want to die. How to do little counseling to him, how to console, how to give little patience to him or wisdom to him. I said, just tell, okay, you will not die. Happy? No, everybody die, I also will die. Everybody goes to sleep. You also go to sleep. Every day when you go to sleep, it's a temporary death of your body because you are absolutely unaware about your body. Go to deep sleep. In deep sleep you are unaware. You are there, I is there. Because when you get up, you say, oh, I slept so well. You are there. There is no male, female. There is no this country or that country. There is no sukha dukkha. I am there, but there is no feeling of this. You are away from this body. Death is sleep. You sleep and you never wake up in this body again. We say we will wake up in another body. So there is nothing to fear from that point of view. then there is a fear of losing the name. Obviously, this can be overcome with constant thinking of the temporariness of the world, temporariness of my pain also, temporariness also of the objects which I am attached to, positive or negative. Otherwise, there is no freedom. I was telling today, one group came for some purpose. Even the other day, somebody told me all the way from Ireland or somewhere, Swamiji, is there any book, is there any lecture where you people talk about? People are suffering so much. The biggest problem today in the world is mental health. There is no solution of a simple problems of life. Cannot give up a little, cannot forgive a little, cannot forget a little, holding on to that which is painful. How to give up, do not know. There is no magic, there is no medicine that you take and you are free. In one survey they say more than 50% of people in the West, many I don't want to say any country's name, European, American countries, more than 50% is on medication one or other type. Singapore's reading other day, 1 out of 4 has a mental issue. Not that they are mad or they are suicidal, no. This kind of unhealthy mind. So how to grow the healthy mind? What is health of the mind? Body health we know, less fat, bowel movement is very clean, everything. This is doctors will tell. What about mental health? Love, forgive people, have compassion for people, attitude of service. All these positive values will make our mind healthy. Selfishness, narrowness, hatred, that which is negative, all are issues, mental issues. People cannot cope with all that. Situations suddenly change. One person's behavior make me miserable. That means I am weak. And this subject need to be taught. Subject need to be thought about. But if you want to talk to someone, his rate is $200 per hour. Go to big hospital, psychologist, psychiatrist, $250 per hour. Just to talk, no medication included. Just have an appointment and talk. Somebody told me, I say, we are not great people, but just come hear something about Bhagavad Gita, some simple, healthy thoughts, motivational, something good. Read some simple books. If anybody come across to you, one who is having this kind of issues, tell them one thing. How many times you eat? At least 3 times minimum. That is food for the body. Do you give any food to your mind? Any good book, any motivational, inspirational, healthy treatment to my own mind. If you do not give any food to your mind becomes weaker and weaker and weaker every day. It is just like not giving food to your body. Don't take food for 24 hours, 48 hours. You can't even get up from your bed. What about that sick mind? That's why it is very necessary. Keep 1 or 2 books with you. Internet is okay, I am not against that. This is the biggest loss by this. The people amount of time we spend and consider whatever is on the screen is truth. Take the book, authentic book, simple. That's why this idea came and we started keeping free books. No need to pay a single cent. Just take 1 or 2 small books. Keep in the pocket, small book. Read 2 lines, 5 lines, matter of half a minute, but it will give lot of help to you. This is very much necessary. So we need to be healthy, mentally healthy, physically healthy. Physical healthy, you can go to doctor and doctor will tell you what is deficiency and take vitamins, take good food and all that. But what about mental health? These are the positive things we can issue. So here, Krishna says, Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya. Renounce in my name. Do it for the sake of God. Not doing for somebody or others. Doing for the sake of God. Many videos I like to see. You also can see. Sometimes tears will come out of your eyes. How people can be so compassionate. One young man in India, everywhere there are good people. A beggar was sitting and begging food. Clothes are torn, not taken bath. He said, Chacha, do you believe in God? He said, yeah, God only looks after us. In general, India people will say like that. That God has sent me to you. Keep this little money. Come, I give you a shower. Come, I give you some food. Come, I give you a new cloth. People do it. One boy near Delhi somewhere, I saw many videos of him. Looked for his name and somehow found out his mobile number from internet. And I telephoned to him. I don't know him. I say, I saw you so many of your videos. And you are doing so much. Sometimes I feel that a small Ramakrishna Mission Center doesn't do that much work with that individual one boy does. Every day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, little help. Sometimes bigger help. Whole family is taken care. You know the 4-wheel cart is there in India. Purchased a cart, filled up with all the small eatable things, biscuits and chanachurs and all that. Filled up and gave. Chacha, sell it. You didn't spend any money, correct? Out of that, keep your profit and the main sum, keep on replenish the item. A small business is started, 50,000-60,000 is spent. I said, who gives you money? So much. Young man, about 25. Then he says, my father helps me a little and I do something, some trading and all that. Whatever I earn, I use for that. I was really wondered, 25, 30 years old boy uses more than 50% of his income in serving the people. He will not have any mental issue anytime. So mental health is when you think for others, when you serve others without any selfish motive. And he will not meet that person second time in the life maybe. So, Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya. Give up everything in the name of God. Serve God. You don't need to hold on to the person. The God who stays in that person we serve. Adhyatma chetasa. This is the key word. How you do that? Chetasa. With your mind. What kind of mind? Adhyatma chetasa. With your spiritual mind. What is spiritual mind? The word spiritual comes later. That which is about the spirit, about the self, about the Atman is spiritual. To realize is very far could be. But consider everybody same. Consider everybody as a soul. Male, female is not important. Good or bad is not important. Old or young is not important. If there is some suffering, do your best to alleviate that suffering in the minds of those people. Nirashi nirmamo. The less and less expectation you have from this karma. When we do karma, we have expectation. Oh, I did so much for him, he didn't even thank me. So I am doing for that response. nirmamo. Nothing belongs to us. Practical sense is one thing, vyavahara is one thing. But eventually nothing belongs to you. We came to this world. Did you come with some money? No. When you will go from this world, will you take any money? No. In between you hold, which you didn't bring, which you can't take with you. How you can be honor of that in between? The great Mr. Ratan Tata died. Millions of dollars he left. He could have taken little with him. Cannot. These are all simple truths are depicted in the lives of great people. Guru Nanak, among his devotees, there was one very rich man. But he found that he has not understood the truth. He will never tell, oh, you give away everything. No, you live your life. But have this positive attitude. So to teach him, Guru Nanak told, you are very rich man. Yes, Gurudev, I have. You must have that big safe, where you keep your money and gold and all that. Yes, I have a big one. Nobody can open. Guru Nanak gave him a small needle, ordinary. Can you keep that with you? I can keep, but what's the meaning? It's not precious. Precious things you keep in lock and key. Needle you can keep anywhere. Who will take? No. You keep with you and give me in the next birth. How to take needle in the next birth? Then if you cannot take even a needle, how do you think you will take your money with you? Understanding the truth. Nobody says that you give away whatever you have. That capacity you may not have. But truth is this. And that is universally true. Not only in Hinduism. Muslims also cannot take any cent. And Christians also cannot take. These are universal truth. That's why Hinduism is called Sanatana Dharma. Why? The principle which Hinduism teaches is universal. Nothing to do with religion at all. That you came without anything, you will go without anything. What is there to scriptures to say? Nothing. This is truth. Nirashi, without expectation. You will find all the pain which we have in our day-to-day life. Whenever we deal with people, big problem is this, that we expect. Should we not expect? Yeah, expect. Till you understand that you should not be expecting anything, till then you cannot but expect from people. You expect whether the other side person has a capacity to fulfill your expectation. We don't know. Other day somebody came. Oh, my son does like this. I said, do you do your best? You do your best. Give him good education, give him good motivation, give him good books to read, good places to go. You can do that much only. You can take the horse to the water, you can't make him drink. His own samskaras are there. He has come to fulfill his desires. But you do your best. You as parent must do your duty. But don't expect that he will behave like this, because he is an individual soul. He has come to this world to fulfill his desires. He has come to this world to work out his karma, and he will work out. Whatever you want to say, you can say, but he will work out his karma. Expectation from that point of view. Many years before here, both husband and wife, both have passed away now. The wife came to me, old lady, in her late 60s or early 70s, sat in front of me and kept on crying. I said, Amma, what happened? No, Swamiji, I have 4 children. None of them come and given a glass of water to his suffering father. I said, why do you expect? You have a helper at home? Yeah, helper. Let the helper work. And you try to do as much as you can do, because you are also old. But she got a pain when one of her son gave a big dialogue to mother. I don't know how children can speak like that. He said, Amma, we are from you, we are not for you. All the 4 children are well established. All have a good business, good houses. None of them came to rescue the ailing father and mother, both died one by one. This is the word. Then she is crying, Swamiji, why we got married? Swamiji, why we have children? Just because they will look after? I say, no. Yeah, that is your expectation. No? But those 4 are individual human beings. They have come to work out their karma. And they will fulfill it. If little adhyatma is there, then your heart becomes spiritual. Other day I saw one incident and I was very much moved by that. The son told to mother that elder brother wants to divide the property. I say, you take property, I will take mother. Go, be happy. Whatever I have is enough for me and my mother to sustain. So idea is this, that expectation is very simple, natural, spontaneous it has become now. And that's why we suffer. Should we not expect? Expect. You cannot but expect till you understand that you should not expect. Nirmamo, ownership. It is impractical. Many times people say, oh Swamiji, these are all impractical things. How to deal? I own a company and you say I should not be owning anything. I say you own. With this wisdom behind that tomorrow if I die, nothing of this company will come with me. That much only. I am not telling to stop your, close down your company or you don't own the company, you look after. Trustee. Your major role is there, your decision is very important. Wisely decide everything. But it is very much true that you were not born with this company, nor you are going to die with this company. This detachment only is taught in the scripture. Scripture doesn't tell you not to have a company. People mistake it. Nirmama, nothing belongs to me. Whatever belongs to me, I am trustee of that. I will look after it as much as. For example, when you cannot pluck flowers. Hey, don't park your car here. Hey, there is a whole property, not trespassing, okay? All these things we say. But in the wildest dream, none of us have this idea, this whole property belongs to us. No, it doesn't belong to me. Tomorrow if I am transferred, do you think I am going to take away this property? No, nothing will go with me. Serve, look after whatever is yours as a trustee of that. Keeping this wisdom in mind only. Nobody says you give up. No, you can't live without that. It's okay. But have this wisdom in mind so that detachment is something. Detachment is like a fuse. And those who understand little, all of you understand. You know there is a fuse in every installation, electrical installation. Why fuse is put? Particular voltage is allowed and my instrument, whether it is a refrigerator or a tube light or oven or microphone or whatever, it can sustain, it can tolerate particular voltage or particular amount of electricity. More than that, it will spoil the installation. How to save this installation? Put a fuse. Different fuse capacities are there. If suddenly voltage increases, the fuse will go, fuse will break, so that your installations are saved. Everywhere it happens. Suddenly something happened, everything is off. So the electrician will let me check the fuse. And you know, India, we have a white big, you take out and there is a wire. And that wire is broken. That breaking of fuse saved all the electrical installations in your house. Detachment is that fuse. Detachment is that safety valve in your pressure cooker. It will not allow your pressure cooker to burst. Detachment is that. It will not allow you to sink. It will help you. More than that means completely detached. You are disconnected with that. So much pain when you have. God has put a fuse in our body. I gave you a real example long before I gave this example. In 2001, there was an earthquake in Gujarat. A lot of building fell down and all that. I did some small relief work there. I was posted before coming here. Then some devotee says, Swamiji, one big building fell down and one of our devotees used to stay there. She is in hospital. I said, okay, let us go. So we went to see her. Her hand was not there. Her hand was chopped off in the building. So she was crying, Swamiji, I cannot do even namaste to you. I said, okay, you do like this also is namaste. You don't need to worry. Then she told, then I understood that is called fuse. Husband, wife and a child. Lift cannot be used because building is already shaking. By staircase, they came down. In the meantime, they found rubbles everywhere, smoke everywhere, dust everywhere. Because it has fallen down, everything. Building has crumbled. Somehow, under a staircase kind of solid concrete structure, 3 of them took shelter. Husband, wife and child. And just waited. Hopefully the staircase will not fall on us. After some time they found some light. Oh, that means there is a opening, we can move out. Women are sacrificing. So told her husband, go, take the child and go, I am following you. Because there is a light, that means we can go out. When they went out, before that, one beam fell on the hand of that lady. And her hand was completely just chopped off. But she went out. This part of hand was lying in the rubbles. She came out with this much, with blood draining out. And she doesn't know. She has no idea when this happened. She came out and people say, what happened to your hand? She looked and she became unconscious. She told me, Swamiji, I don't know when my hands was chopped off. When too much pain is there, we go to a condition called swoon, S-W-O-O-N. When something a big, this comes on our head, people become unconscious. Unconscious means what? Fuse is out. Your system, body is saved. I don't know, medically you can tell me anything. But what happens? Is it possible that they will cut and put a pacemaker? No. They give anesthesia. What is anesthesia? Disconnected me. I slept and body I have no connection with. They do whatever cutting and pasting they did. When I woke up, something is inside already. What they did? This fuse. That I was separated, me and my body were separated. That same thing happens in your deep sleep without anesthesia. You are completely separated from your body. But then you come back, just like after anesthesia you come back. So here's a nirmamo, that ownership is painful. Trusteeship is not painful. This doesn't belong to me, but I look after it. I see that nobody disturb it. That doesn't mean I should own it. So he says, Nirashi nirmamo bhutva. By becoming this, becoming what? Becoming without attachment and without ownership. Then what? You own a house, you own a car. Should you not own? You own it. Only inside you understand, I am trustee of this. Because you can't take your car when you die. You can't take your home when you die. You can't take your money when you die. You can't take your relations when you die. That which was not there, very interesting one shloka is there. Very highly philosophical shloka. Ado antecha yannasti vartamanepi tattatha. It didn't exist here. It doesn't exist here also. What is the proof of its existence in between? Suddenly somebody brought something. It was not there. It will not be there. In between, what you see that it is there is a dream, is a magic. This is a dream. That's why this word is called dream. Why? It is there, it was not there. If his age is 35 years, he was not there before 35 years. He will not be there after 30, 40 years maybe. What is the proof of his being in the present? You don't come out of nothing. You don't go back to nothing. So either it exists before your birth, after your death, and in between. Either it didn't exist before your birth, after your death, and in between. One of these propositions you have to accept. You cannot accept, no, in between, in life I am. After death, zero. Before death, zero. That is illogical. So any of these propositions we have to accept. You know, so many theories that I don't have even words to express. I am not good in that. Big people. You know, science nowadays, big scientists are there. Who am I to say anything about it? Oh, universe is expanding. I mean, we do not know. Rubber band expanding only I know. I don't understand universe, but there are theories. But a simple theory is there in Advaita Vedanta. This I have told to many audience. Maybe earlier I have told. I am asking you again. If you have an answer, tell me separately. When the sky is clean, look at the sky. You see the stars. All the planets are much closer. That's why you can see clearly. Stars sometimes are very far. So very tiny dot you see. My question is there infinite number of stars? Because it is impossible. Because infinite cannot be created. You can't create infinity. Whatever is created is finite, logically. So there is the farthest star. After that there is no star. No. Star after star after infinity is there. Illogical. No. There is the farthest star. After that, universe finish. Question is, what is after that star? Empty space? If there is empty space also is part of universe only. Vedanta has an answer. Infinite cannot be created. So opposite to it, that what you see actually doesn't exist. That is the only logical answer. Because everything is impermanent. It appears, no doubt. Swamiji says in one place, even the biggest of the planets have a death. Even the smallest molecule has a death. That which is created has a death. Not only we, not only animals, not only plants. Everything that exists has beginning and end. Philosophy is from where it came, where it went. Some philosophy say, no. Nothing to go anywhere, nothing to come from anywhere, it exists in between. So that question is asked. That which was not there earlier, that which will not be there later, what's the proof of its existence in between, in presence? So question is this, whether universe is infinite. Both the proposition, it is not logical. Only one, that it doesn't exist. Or the relative existence, that you feel it exists, but actually it is not. So he says, Nirashi, Nirmamo. Two things to be practiced. Tips for mental health is this: be detached and less expectations. Yudhyasva vigatajvara. Yudhyasva, fight. Fight is not fight in a war. Fight in your existence, fight in your life. Vigatajvara. What is jvara? Fever. What is fever? Oh, you have fever. How you know I have fever? No, your temperature is more. Body temperature is more. How temperature created? You want to create temperature? Do like this. Become warm. Friction creates fever. Fever is this. Sri Krishna says, Vigata Jvara. Without friction, without higher temperature. Temperature is not the word to be used here. Without friction. How you can live without friction? The friction comes because of these two earlier words. Asha, expectation, and mamatva, that ownership or mind. These two things create friction in our mind. Not that you need to renounce and go to Himalayas. No. Only to create an attitude in between, in your heart, in your mind, which will work like a fuse. It will not allow you to get destroyed, because that wisdom is there. That's why you will see, there were some Britishers told this, it seems. Every Indian is a born doctor and born philosopher. To any illiterate village lady who has not gone to school, studied, even she cannot write her name, tell Amma, body is so heated, okay, do this. Something she will tell anybody. And any ignorant Indian staying in any obscure village will tell, God is only one, there are not two gods. That is part of your psyche. So friction will be reduced by these two. Nirashi and nirmamo bhutva. If you become detached and without expectation, detached and without possessiveness or ownership, then your mind will be free, vigata jvara, without friction. And then you can lead your life, yudhyasva, you keep on fighting with your life, living your life. So these are the ideas. We may take other ideas next time. Thank you. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.